I want to love Mists of Pandaria Remix. I want to see everything, to hear everything, to taste everything. I want it all. Because on paper, this is such a fantastic idea. And now that I've been playing Remix for a few days, I am conflicted, which is not at all where I wanted to be in the beginning. Because an awesome game is right there. Look at it. It's just frustratingly being held back by a few problems, which sadly I believe are fundamental to the whole kind of core philosophy of what this game is trying to do. Anyway, I'm Duck, and in this documentary, I'm working on it, okay? I want to explore the 3 issues that, at least in my opinion, ruined MoP Remix. But to do that, we first have to look at... Okay, so before bashing on the Pandaren for all the wrong they've done, let me first gush about this game mode a little bit. Because to understand what it does wrong, we first need to understand what it does well. And oh my god, it does so many things so bloody well. So does anyone remember Warlords of Draenor? I know, many people still have PTSD about the whole thing. But think about the dreaded patch 6.3, the last patch of the expansion. That patch lasted 16 months, with basically 0 new content. No Mythic Plus, no Awakened Season, and no Remix. 16 months. You could fit 2 premature pregnancies into that. Anyway, the point is that, for the longest time, final patches in WoW just used to be a drag. An endless desert one would have to just wait throughout until the next patch is released. But this shakes up the formula entirely. Not only do we have something to do while we wait, but this whole game mode reuses WoW assets that already exist, and it does so brilliantly. WoW's world is massive, but it never feels like that because we're always pigeonholed into the current content, into the current patch. And this is just a fantastic way to reignite that feeling of a full, rich, dynamic world that many of us fell in love with. So when I say that this mode has potential, it has capital P potential. Which brings me to the next point. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of this bronze currency, at least at first. I have like a small Doc brain, obviously, so I found it confusing, a bit dull, and honestly a bit aggressive. Is it just me? Is that weird? These guys scare me a bit. But oh boy, was I wrong about the whole thing, and I'm so glad that I was. I didn't realize it until I played this, but I feel that WoW has been in dire need of a currency reset for a long time. Gold back in the day used to mean something, you know? But now, when was the last time you looted some gold in WoW and got like a thrill because of it? Oh my god, 5 gold! I'm sorry, but looting the same old currency again and again and again when the currency is so overbloated just no longer does anything for me. It's a massive problem. But this is the new it girl in town. Each individual mob kill now all of a sudden feels like rewarding again. Each chest you open is just brimming with potential. It feels good to explore. It feels good to kill shit. Yes, I realize that this is the oldest trick in the book and all gaming companies pull it, but when that number goes up, so does my insulin level, because I just know that awesome rewards like these await me just a few clicks away. And speaking of clicks, raids while leveling. As I said in the beginning, I want to love this game mode. I want to embrace it fully, and even let it make me, like, optimistic for the whole future of WoW, because it has the potential to do that. It has the potential to add so much to this game. Unfortunately, and this is a big, nasty, mean unfortunately, there are 3 major problems that, if you think about it, can absolutely ruin the experience for anyone trying this game. When I say undercooked, I don't mean the medium rare steak variety. I mean biting a chunk of cow straight off the animal undercooked. Take the frog problem from a couple of weeks ago, where players who farmed these frogs on the Timeless Island got a major, unfair advantage over everyone else. Just look at this shit, look at it! This was known on the PDR, it was a known issue, and it was pointed out many times both on the WoW forums, but also on Reddit and other places. And sure, a patch was later implemented to address this, not at the time when this was pointed out, but this is the same as plugging a hole on a sinking ship using a fucking chihuahua when that ship is already at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Yeah, not sure that metaphor made sense, but here we are. And also, like, buffing or nerfing something after it's been implemented problematically brings me to the second major issue. And look, implementing patches, doing something about issues like this is obviously and admittedly better than nothing. So again, credit where credit is due. But, this new over-reliance on buffs and nerfs to the systems that they're implementing, that Blizzard seems to be embracing recently, is bad. Because it creates like the worst possible trade-off for its player base. Should you do something like now, when the experience is fresh and exciting, or should you wait for like the nerf and the buff hammer to change things so that you can then, you know, do things more efficiently and earn the best rewards? For example, trying to address the bronze availability issue, what Blizzard did is that they buffed the amounts you would get for completing the achievements, right? Which sounds great in theory, until you realize that this was not retroactively applied. Meaning that those in the first group, those who did their achievements for the hell of it, were heavily penalized. They lost out on bronze because they didn't wait for Daddy Blizzard to come and give them a hand. You know, they were basically hit in the eyeball with a rock made of plasma and clipped nails. And now I find myself in this very weird situation that I don't think any gamer wants to be a part of. Should I spend my bronze on what my heart truly desires, on the cosmetics that I want, or should I wait for Daddy Blizzard to come in and adjust the prices? The fact that I know that they're willing to adjust their system so often kind of incorporates this waiting for system adjustments into the game mode itself. This is not a position you want your players to be in, to kind of meta play your game. And honestly, I'm this close to saying that at least for limited time game modes like this, it might just be better to leave the whole thing broken and stop it with all these nerfs, buffs, and changes. Because at least then we're all on an even playing field, and we know that, even if that field is made from lava and baby tears. And finally, whose idea was to have the same currency for powers and cosmetic?